Nigga, go get that bag. Ah! Nigga, go get that bag. Get that bag. Get that bag.
Yo, cut this. Peace. Yeah, I know I'm early. Been doing a lot, catching up, trying to figure out why fam said I'm being censored on Facebook. So he presented me another option in order for me to host content. So we're gonna set that up. And hopefully we don't have to go through the censoring issues as we go through these education stuff. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to walk in, all of that good stuff. One shit for tuning in. That's peace and thank you and Lenape, Unami. So without further ado, let's get to it. This was I haven't watched this again, so y'all gonna get a genuine reaction out of me today. So let's see what happened. Boom. Let's get it.
Under the Constitution. That's not how it works. No, that is not how it works.
Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today, we have a Moorish American sovereign citizen who refuses to identify himself by the name on the docket, and in his ultimate wisdom, gets his already active warrants continued. We have 2 trials today, so let's begin.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. What's your name, sir?
If I can help you.
I'm Williams L.
Yes, Your Honor, but the defendant is identified in the docket as Michael Williams. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, that's the name.
Michael Williams.
We already see how this.
No, I'm not
Williams.
Michael Williams. Your Honor, I am Williams L.
Well, Mr. L, that's unfortunate for you, because you are not the attorney on record for Mr. Michael Williams. So technically you can't represent him. This is actually a common and comical tactic used by sovereign citizens in court, as they believe that if they don't identify with the name on the docket, then how can they prove that it was them who committed the crime?
How long is this video?
Okay, so here's the thing, Williams L.
I can't even tell.
I have to call you what's on the documents that I have present for me in court today. We can either handle it that way, or you don't have to handle it, and then they just
Couldn't even stream it on YouTube. I had to download it.
No, Your
It's
Honor,
so
I'm just letting you know who Your Honor, I'm just letting you know who I am.
Okay.
I am Williams L. I am not Michael Williams. They kept calling me Michael Williams. I told them who I was.
It say your
I'm
name,
a
Michael
sovereign.
Williams, on the Bible.
Moorish American. I'm not United States citizen, Negro, Black, or color, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me tell you, Mr. Williams, this is the last time I'm gonna say it. This is all I
Really,
have
for
for
this
you.
shit.
If you don't want to handle it under that name today, then I have to act as if you aren't present. And so that's fine, but I
You
have
say
to
what?
call
Hold
you
on.
what's that document, okay?
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that, Your
I
Honor?
said, if we can't handle those matters and those tickets that's on that case under that name,
You here for
then that's
tickets?
fine, but it's gonna be as if you didn't appear for court today, because I have.
Ma'am, I'm here today, ma'am.
Right, so I'm just saying, when I.
Williams
call those
L is here
documents,
today. I'm
Did
just
you-
letting you know
Hold
who
on,
I
Mr.
am,
Williams.
ma'am.
And that's what she told you. Williams L is not on trial. However, Michael Williams of the Window Licking Clan is. Now, does that jackass happen to be in the courtroom today, and would he like to participate in his trial?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I am Williams L.
So that's fine. When I
This
call
video
it on
not
the
that
record,
long,
I'm
y'all.
gonna have to call it on the record as the name on the ticket, just so you know, okay?
Okay, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm Williams L. Okay, I'm cool
That's
with
fine.
that. And I'm letting you know who I am. I'm a
Okay.
Moorish American.
Okay, did you wanna
Sovereign.
offer? Okay, did you wanna offer for it or no? Are you gonna try and I need to kind of know where you're going. Are you gonna want a trial? Are you gonna try and wanna offer?
No, I do
when
not
you-
agree. I do not agree to none of this. I'm sovereign.
Okay, so if you're not gonna participate, we're just gonna act like you're not here today, and I'm going to.
I am here today, ma'am. You seeing me right here? That's on
You
record.
have to- Listen, because you show up doesn't mean that you're here. You have to.
Letting you know who I am. I'm
Listen,
participating. I do not
and that's
agree.
it, Mr.
Everybody looks stressed.
That's fine, but if you don't participate, saying you're a sovereign doesn't help me.
To be fair, saying he's a sovereign doesn't really help him out either, Judge. It just makes him sound like babies for left.
Just letting you know know who I am. That's violating the constitutional
Family
right
line.
now.
They're
So
still
do
messing
you
with
want
the
to offer
audio.
or not? That's my question.
Do I want to what?
An offer to the tickets or not?
Do I want to? I can't understand. You said, do I want to offer
Do you want an
tickets?
offer? Do you want to try and resolve this today as far as?
Yes,
an offer?
I do want to resolve it. I asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of
We don't
jurisdiction.
have to switch
Your Honor.
Oh,
platforms.
no, that's not gonna happen. So you
They
can.
trying
I'm
to
not
stop
gonna
I'm
it
do
from
this.
just,
here.
I'm
They
speaking
don't
for
want us to be
myself. I
great.
have no attorney, so I'm speaking for myself. I asked for this
Okay, I'm
case to
calling
be
it back. Give me
dismissed.
a case.
You're violating my
send them a note.
constitutional right.
How
And
do you
I
have
asked for your oath of
constitutional rights if
office.
you're not a citizen?
I'm not a United States citizen.
So how are you entitled to constitutional rights of citizens?
Got him.
It's about time that someone said what's on
Hey.
everybody's mind. And let's
All right, y'all. This is okay. Right there. For all of understanding what it is to be sovereign, you're not underneath the rule and regulation of, particular jurisdictions. So if you are a sovereign, you can't claim the benefit of the United States Constitution. Now, if you are an American Indian under Title 25, you can claim the benefit of treaty per the United States Constitution. But he not that. He didn't say he was that. So that shit's been excluded. So let's continue. This shit.
here. Even non-citizens are entitled to fundamental rights, and these fundamental rights include judicial matters. But outside of those human rights, these glorified tourists and illegal aliens enjoy only protections, not rights. Those benefits are enjoyed by
called them
those of
illegal
us who
aliens.
don't hate our country.
You got to uphold to the sovereign, sir. You can't. I'm not United States citizen. I'm not Negro, black, or color. You're not under I'm not under your jurisdiction.
I understand, but my question to you is, if you want to rely on your constitutional rights, how do you have constitutional rights if you're denying your citizenship?
Yeah, because I'm an American. I'm a
I understand.
national.
I get
I'm
it,
a
but
Morris American. I'm not United States citizen corporate. I'm a Morris American. I'm an American national.
okay, but you're still present in this jurisdiction, right?
I just asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction. That's it.
And she already told you that the answer was no. And if you'd like to represent yourself and argue jurisdiction, then you might want to start participating in your trial.
I don't want no attorney. I can speak for myself. I'm not a minority.
Right.
What am I doing here?
He can represent himself. Don't worry about it. You put
I can
yourself on
speak
record.
for myself.
All right.
I'm speaking
Now
for
calling the
myself.
matter
Y'all
of the
violating my rights. That's a
Now
sovereign.
calling the
Y'all
matter
violating
of
my
the people
rights.
versus Michael Williams. This is ticket number SP 1212
They about to drag his ass.
4. Count 1, use loudspeaker without permission or unreasonable noise. Count 2, drove while license suspended. Count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Let's see if he gets it right this
Hold on,
time.
fam.
Press X
He got
to
pulled
doubt.
over for
I am
sound.
Williams L.
All right. Sir,
I don't have a name. I have a title.
Yeah,
They pulled fam. So fam got pulled over for sounds. He had a speaker. I'm not like I didn't even know people got pulled over in the D for sounds, bro. I'm not like niggas be bad. That's wild. I'm not like he must have been in Melvindale or something like Lincoln Park.
dumb fuck of the year.
This is the date and time set for a arraignment on a bench warrant. Do you want to participate in these proceedings?
Yes, I'm here on special appearance. I'm just letting you know who I am.
All right, so how would you like to move forward with this matter, sir?
I asked for this case to be dismissed off lack of jurisdiction, Your Honor.
Oh my
That
god!
motion has
Here we
been
go
denied. How
again.
would you like to move forward on this
Listen,
matter?
that motion is denied. You in
I
the
just told you
jurisdiction.
what I would like it, so I don't know. I'm just here on
So it's been
special appearance.
denied, so you can either participate today.
I am participating. I'm here.
You have to be more than present. You have to participate. This is why you shouldn't be representing yourself, because a lawyer would know exactly what to do in this situation. But I'm sure
And it's
Mr.
not
Rell will figure it all out eventually.
Challenge
I
jurisdiction.
mean, he did sleep outside of a Holiday Inn Express last night.
I'm speaking for
Goddamn.
myself. I have
How
no
you know
attorney,
that?
so I'm just letting you know. It's denied, so we can keep going on with proceedings. I am Williams L. I'm not a United States citizen. I'm not Negro, black, or color.
You're
I'm
going to
not
jail
Christian.
tonight. Guess who's going to
All
jail
right,
tonight?
Mr.
I need to
Williams,
download
it appears
that
to the
audio
court as I'm
and drop
making a
that.
record that he does not want to participate in these proceedings.
I told
would
you I
like to
wanted to
dismiss these
participate. I'm just
matters.
letting you know who I am. I told you for the record.
All right,
Whew.
he would like to not participate in these proceedings. He has told me that he is the
I
person
know
known
they
as
sick of
Williams
people like
L.
this in
And not the
Detroit.
person on these tickets, so he is not appearing on behalf of this person. This person has not made themselves available to the court today as an arraignment
This
on the bench warrant, so
person
these matters will
has
stay
not
in
made
warrant status.
themselves.
Thank you so much. That concludes this hearing. Have a good day, Mr.
Goddamn. Oh, baby, we gotta run that back real quick because she just put this. Why they be sending people to jail like that through Zoom, dog? This shit crazy. Let's play
I
that.
told you for the record.
All right, he would like to not participate in these proceedings. He has told me that he is the person known as Williams L. and not the person on these tickets, so he is not appearing on behalf of this person. This person has not made themselves available to the court today.
Based on the verbiage she said, she just told him exactly where he fucked up at. She said he is not appearing on behalf of this person. He never expressed that he was there in representation of the fiction or that he was there as an attorney in fact for the fiction, nor presented any documentation that he controlled the fiction. The reason he gonna get cooked. He getting cooked. Let's listen.
As an arraignment on the bench warrant, so these matters will stay in warrant status. Thank you so much. That concludes this hearing. Have a good day, Mr. L. Williams.
Well, that's one way to deal with a dipshit. You don't want to participate? Fine. Your warrants will stand. Now, to his credit, he did show up the next day at the courthouse to face the judge one-on-one. And it worked out about as well for him as you would expect.
Damn, he went to
Williams
jail.
L. I'm gonna call the case as is.
Okay.
And then I'll refer to you as Williams L. if you would like, okay? Now calling the matters of the people versus Michael Williams, also known as Williams L. This is ticket number SP 12123334. Count 1, use loudspeaker without permission or unreasonable noise. Count 2, drove while license suspended. And count 3 is no insurance misdemeanor. Sir, can you state your name for the record, please?
Williams L.
Okay, and is there another name that
Well,
you have?
That's not my name. This is my title.
And who anointed you with this title? The King of Crayons?
Okay, what's your title that you have, sir?
Said King of Crayons.
And then,
Why do
is
you
that
call
your
him
name
the
or your
crayon
title?
color?
My title.
Okay, you don't have a name at all?
No,
All
I'm
right.
not Christian.
All right. It's my understanding that you don't want to have an attorney, sir, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know you have the right to have an attorney. These matters are misdemeanor matters, and you have the right to have an attorney on these matters, sir. And it's my understanding, no attorney, okay? So let me advise you of your rights. In these particular matters, the court can, since they are misdemeanors, do either, I think, 90 days on one of these and up to 93 days in jail, or a maximum fine of $500. These are all misdemeanors, so that's the maximum penalty that can be given in any of these matters. You have a right to have a trial, a bench, or a jury trial in any of these matters. A bench trial is a trial before myself as the trier and finder of facts. A jury trial is a trial with 6 members of the city of Detroit who will come in here and hear the same information and make a decision based on that. These are your rights that you
People in
have
Detroit
right
gonna
now.
cook your
You also
ass.
have a right to have a pretrial. What that does is that gives you time to think about any offer that may be given to you. At this point in time, there has been an offer extended to you that if you are willing to plead to the no insurance misdemeanor, it will be reduced to an improper place. I set the fine that goes with that. You have a right to, you can also move for a motion. If you know how to file those, you can file a motion as well. So what's your pleasure at this time, sir?
What's your pleasure?
I know I'm under common law. I'm not under statutes.
Wait, did you just say you aren't under any statues? You know what? Fuck it. Let him represent himself, because I'd love to learn about all the Michigan statutes and how they don't apply to him.
Or
So when-
codes or regulations.
So when you drive on any city street in the city of Detroit, any road in the state of Michigan, you now avail yourselves, whether you wanted to or not, to the laws and states and regulations that are governing us. So you may not have wanted to, but you did. So these are your options at this point in time.
I
If you
wasn't-
choose
That's a
not
fact.
to, if you were traveling, if you were driving, it's all the
I
same.
wasn't
thing.
driving, I was never.
So if you were just in the vehicle as a passenger,
I was parked. And it was
Damn.
harassing. Was
you
never
sure you don't
driving.
want an attorney?
I'm under common law. I can speak for myself.
Right,
I'm not a
damn, that
minority.
changed the whole
I'm
situation. He
So
was
these
parked
are, so what option would you like today? Of
when she
those that I
realized
gave
that.
you
She asked him
Yeah.
again. She was like, "You
Ma'am,
sure?"
I'm sorry,
She
I
could get
can't-
this dismissed
I do
for
not
you.
consent. I can't. I
So,
can't
so here's
consent.
what's gonna happen. So I want to make sure you have all the
Okay.
options. You can't consent to anything. So that means that you don't want to participate in the process. So it's just gonna go back into warrant status. Because you have to pick one of the options, yes.
Ma'am,
It
I'm a
is.
sovereign.
And you can, you were in the city of Detroit on a street in a vehicle. And I understand what you just said. That's why I said,
Right.
did you want counsel?
I'm not a
Because
United
counsel-
States citizen.
Okay, all right, so,
Nobody have improved jurisdiction. Your Honor. I'm a Moore. Nobody have improved jurisdiction. I'm
She
under common
has
law.
proved. She's
Statutes
proven
don't apply to me.
jurisdiction.
I'm under common law.
She clearly established jurisdiction over the matter because the car was on the road, and I went through a situation like this when I was younger. My vehicle was parked on the road in front of my house, but we live on like a little private cul-de-sac on a horseshoe. And then it was a policy enforcer. It was like traffic violation or somebody came by. My car was on jack stands, it was getting worked on. And he tried to give me a ticket, said he was about to tow it. Got into it, fam. We actually had a little tussle, had to rough him up a little bit, and then he left, and yeah, that one left. But yeah, with that situation, fam, he technically he wasn't doing anything wrong, but he was in the jurisdiction because he was on the road that the Detroit police policy enforcers secure and they travel across. So if it was in his driveway, that would have been completely different, but it was on a public access road. So it was in their jurisdiction in order to bother him, and including if he had a plate on it too.
that's, okay, and that's
Supreme
fine.
Court case,
That's your.
Supreme Court case, Self versus Ray. Statutes don't apply to me. I'm on common law. And if there was a crime committed, can you please show me the injured party? Or I ask for this case to be dismissed off like a church.
I deny the motion for the case to be dismissed, so you have these options, or else it's just gonna remain. in
And
warrant
I'm
status.
under duress because you forcing me saying you're gonna put a warrant out for my
It's
arrest.
already out there.
But
the
that's
warrant is
violating my
already out there.
13th Amendment. You can't
This
enslave
is
me.
why you
That's a
can't
crime.
mess with
You
Detroit
So,
people.
you can't
Not
can't
the
violate my.
judges.
Okay, you can let me finish talking. You can't claim you're sovereign and then claim rights under the Constitution. That's not how it works. No, that is not how it works.
Say
Man,
it again.
I'm not a United States citizen. I have a nationality.
Okay, so that means that,
Enslave me unless a crime has been committed.
so you
You
can't.
can't violate my
Okay, you can
constitutional
let me
rights.
finish talking. You can't claim you're sovereign and then claim rights under the Constitution. That's not how it works. No, that is not how it works.
Ma'am, I'm not a United States citizen. I have a nationality.
Okay, so that means that.
You
either
have
the
to go
laws-
by-
Either the laws all apply or none of them apply.
The laws do apply, but do you have a liability? Do you have a bond? Did you swear an oath to the Constitution? I would like to see that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
gonna say I did do
Everybody
that,
got
but
the
I don't
same
know that. I
script,
wasn't
yo,
gonna
and none of
record.
it worked.
I'm just here.
Y'all
to
gotta
show
You
come
have a
you.
with new
liability,
games,
you have a
man.
bond.
Listen, I'm not
Game
gonna argue
face
with
on.
you.
I'm not
Mr.
arguing.
Williams
I'm under law.
Mr. Williams L., those are your options. If you don't want any of those options, it's gonna remain in warrant
You're
status.
forcing me.
Nothing
You
I
can't
can
do that.
Okay,
You can't do that, man.
Okay.
You can't go against Constitution.
okay,
You
Mr.
took an
L.
oath.
Williams L.,
You swore an oath to
I did.
follow the Constitution.
This is what happens.
That's
when you
why
don't
I need your
understand the rules of
liability
the
bond. You
game.
have a liability bond.
No.
You don't have a liability bond.
No, she
Wow,
don't have
man,
a
somebody's gonna get in
liability
trouble.
bond.
I'm not trying to get nobody in trouble.
Oh, really? Well, your decision not to participate in your trials has directly led to you getting yourself in trouble. I mean, think about it. If you would have just answered your name and let the public defender do his job the first time, you'd probably be sitting at home warrant free instead of standing before the court with your warrant continued.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Williams L., I was about to say, if you don't want any of those options, then your only other option is that I have to leave it in warrant status.
I do not consent. I'm here. What warrant? That I didn't show up?
She looked like
That
she's
you
from the
didn't wanna
D.
choose one of these things.
I don't have to. You can't force me to do that, all right?
I can try.
You can't
Alright.
force me. You can't put a warrant out. I would like to talk to somebody, a chief judge.
You just gotta think about the type of shit that they gonna talk about
my constitutional
with
rights.
each other.
Alright.
Like
I'm gonna ask
when they
you
get
for
done
your
dealing with
liability
these
bond.
cases.
Hey, I don't want to do that. I just
Okay,
asked
you
the
can
case
ask
to be
him, go ahead and
dismissed.
ask the sheriff for my liability bond, it's fine.
Took an oath to swear to the Constitution. You took an oath. I'm under common law. I'm not under statutes or regulations.
Okay.
And
Thank you, Mr. Did you get all that, Ms. Sandy? Okay.
Did you get
fantastic.
all of that?
All right, that concludes this hearing. Thank you so
Not
much.
Negro, black, or color for the record.
Okay. Well, he said
Well,
he's not black or color
baby.
for the record either, okay?
No, I'm Moorish American.
You
I'm a Moorish
gotta
sovereign.
Moorish
love
American and he's a sovereign.
I
Detroit.
have a
women.
nationality.
Yeah, we get it. And don't worry,
Right.
after
She's
that
talking
last
like,
comment, the record will reflect that you are indeed an idiot. All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Willie L, which stands for loser, has another court date in about a month. And you know I'm going to be covering it. So if you
Oh
like the
my
video,
God.
leave a like. If you dislike,
So we already know we've seen several mistakes with this shit, and then like we just keep on seeing people run the same script, same script. Outside of this, if you in their jurisdiction, unless you've presented yourself to be in a non-military jurisdiction, you've identified where that particular jurisdiction is, and if you're outside of that particular jurisdiction, you're assumed to be in their jurisdiction at all times. What's the charges? The charges was fam had a loudspeaker, he didn't have insurance, and he didn't have a valid driver's license, but he said the vehicle was parked. So those was the initial charges. But for those of you who don't know, Detroit police officers are let me be respectful because I'm on camera. I got to remember that I do other stuff now, so I can't be talking crazy about people, but they're difficult to deal with at times, let me say that. And Detroit cops is Detroit people, fam. Detroit judges is Detroit people. So you dealing with people with the same mentalities coming back and forth with each other. Same way in a lot of cities. Like Philly people, Philly judges, all that same. Like y'all dealing with the same mentality is just going back and forth, bumping heads. So you have to learn, like, how can you approach these different personalities and learn how to relate? Because even though the codes and the statutes are what they are, you have to go through a personality in order to get the remedy that you're dealing with. So y'all need to watch y'all tone, and you need to learn the game. I'm telling you, I done been able to get everything I wanted in court just because of the way I address people, or either because I will allow an attorney to be in place, and through rogatory, I'll dictate to them what I want to be done. In the moment that they step out of line, I'll fire them right in front of the judge. But I haven't had those issues because I be very specific and I don't be talking crazy to people. But let me know what y'all learned. Please share. That way people don't make the same mistakes, yo. I promise you. But if anything, yeah, we got class tonight for sure. I had to see what was going on with this internet connection, but we backed up. And it wasn't too bad today. Things wasn't shaky. Let me see, is there anything else that I'm missing? We got so much. Oh, yeah. I will be in Michigan soon, and I will be in Louisiana soon, like in the next 30 days. I'll make sure my team know where I'm going to be. But, private access, we got some things going on in other ventures. But, yeah, shout out to the team. I'm very excited about the way things are going. And everybody who has been in position, who did set themselves up properly, as we transition, we'll be in January, February, March. We're ending the first quarter. We're transitioning into the second quarter. Towards the end of the second quarter, we really gonna see like a crazy transition as it pertains to the economy. We just seen the Silicon Valley Bank shut down, and when you start seeing banks bail out, we only see this shit happen like when we're in recessions. This is the only time banks are in trouble. So you have to realize when financial institutions that capitalize off of other people putting money into it, when they start hurting, that means people are pulling their money out because they can't afford to put it in. So what does that mean? Quantitative tightening, less money being printed, less money in circulation. People are holding, people aren't being frivolous. This means less money is circulating throughout the economy. And then that means the stock market declines. That means Forex starts to struggle, because Forex is a reflection of how the stock markets are moving in all these other countries. You feel me? So you have to be able to pay attention to how one thing affects another, and you have to always be able to position yourself so that you can be able to win. This motherfucker clearly didn't position himself in a position to win because he could have the documentation. He clearly had documentation in front of him. It's just the approach. Like that's that old YouTube Moorish American Taj Tariq Bey approach, and we've seen that shit fail time and time again. So why are you not going? Why wouldn't you pivot? Like, bro, that's like going up against Shaq, and you think you're just gonna go straight up? No, motherfucker, pump fake, like pivot, like adjust. You have to, bro, because you're fighting a losing battle. So if you understand that you can't get remedy in this one, and I'm not here to dispute anybody's faith or anybody's religious views or anything like that, but if you want remedy, I've always talked about the facts when it comes to commercial activity. But you do get religious benefits, but your religion didn't have anything to do with the way that you were just conducting that activity. Now, if this was a religious vehicle that belonged to the Moorish Science Temple of America, and you'd be like, I wasn't violating anything, like I was practicing my faith. This is a temple vehicle, and this had temple music in it. That would have temple plates on it. That it wouldn't be in their jurisdiction to deal with it. It would be outside of their scope. But it's just about how you approach yourself, man. This is chess, not checkers, and you got to really learn how to design yourself in that way that you can be infallible, and that you know that you're always moving in the right mind. Because even me, like, I've been in situations like that. I was fucking like 21 though, or 20 when I was doing and talking like that. And I'm thankful that I learned, and I damn sure I'm thankful I ain't got none of these crazy ass videos floating around to me like this is me talking crazy in the court. But from these experiences, these are just learning experiences, and we watch these, not like shun the brother or anything, so that we can do better. You feel me? Because this is a lot of people out here. A lot of people believe this. A lot of people are living like this, and they believe that they are sovereign. And to believe is completely different from being able to know and prove. And to be sovereign, I used to have that mindset that I'm sovereign. My family is sovereign. I can't be sovereign by myself. The people of my tribe, the Lenape people, are sovereign. They have government, they have land, they have their own financial institutions and things like that. And my family has that type of setup. You can't be on your own out here. Now, if he was claiming that the Moorish divine movement within itself is sovereign, and he is a party of that, he's a beneficiary of said movement or a party to particular treaties. It's the way that you know how you express things. He couldn't articulate it properly or either on paper in order for him to be able to get the remedy that he truly desired. So it's all about, study and show thyself approved. Dior, do your research, fam. Do your research. But outside of that, man, until next time, peace and love.